welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do another haul video. So as you guys know, I recently went to Kutch and traveled around the different villages. I went during the Rann Utsav, so it was like, you know, a huge shopping fanfare. And while it was a road trip and I went on a bike, I still managed to shop quite a bit. So actually it was pretty painful getting everything back, but then when you see all those amazing things, you can't stop yourself from shopping. Like, how do you do that? So I'm going to show you all the stuff that I bought in spite of being on a bike. And you know, we actually threw out a lot of our stuff which we carried with us, like thermal wear and a lot of things, but we did manage to get some beautiful stuff back. Okay, so I'm going to begin with one of my favorites, which you guys, if you follow me on Instagram or on my blog, must already have seen. This beautiful kanchiri. It's called a kanchiri. It is basically a blouse which the RABARI nomadic women wear, and it's entirely backless and entirely handmade. So all this embroidery is hand done, and I bought it from this village called Horko, which is where we were staying, from a woman who actually made it in her house. So I bought it from her house. So it is definitely genuine, it is definitely handmade, and it is definitely made by the RABARI woman herself. So she actually made it for herself and I bought it from her. So this is something I am very, very excited about. The next thing that is my absolute favorite is this dupatta. This I actually bought from the Rann Utsav, from one of the guys who had come there from a village, I forget the village name, but somewhere towards the north, like the ahead of the White Run is what he told me. And this dupatta apparently has been made by 5 different artisans at 5 different points of time. So right from the weaving of the cloth has been done by somebody else. Then the Ajrak block printing has been done in Ajrakpur by somebody else. The glass work has been done by somebody else. The embroidery around the glass work, like all of this, has been done by somebody else. And then finally these pompons have actually been attached by this guy's wife, the one whom I bought it from. So this dupatta is the work of art of 5 different artisans from Kutch, and that is why it is so special to me, and it is beautiful. The next thing that I have is this shawl. Isn't this beautiful? This again is entirely hand woven. It is made in one of the villages between Kutch and Sumrasar. So it is just after Kutch if you're going towards the White Run. And this again is all entirely handmade. You can see the stitches and all the irregularities which show that it is actually handmade. So yeah, it's a shawl. You can wear it as a poncho, you can wear it as a skirt, you can wear it in multiple ways. So it actually is quite a multi-purpose garment for me. Oh, and then there are a couple of things that I bought for Mr. Wolf as well. This is a stole that we picked up for him. This is also hand woven in merino wool, and I forgot the name of the weaves or the embroidery that is here, but this was actually quite expensive, but it looks beautiful. This was from the Rann Utsav again, from one of the stalls there, and this is also for him. It's like a traditional men's jacket, but this I bought from these women in their house. So this is actually from a little village which, if you go to Kala Dungar, which is the highest point in Kutch, when you're coming down from there, on the left side there is a little arrow which says handicraft something. So we just followed that and we went inside and we reached this one house where there were about 6 women, and they actually made these things in the house. So all the men had gone to the Rann Utsav to sell the stuff, and the women were there in the house, and they had a few things in the house, of which we picked this jacket, which is actually one of the only things for men that they have. Everything else is for women. So yeah, this it was a lucky find for us. Then my next favorite, which I've been using ever since, which you must have seen in a zillion pictures on my Instagram already, is this bag. This is from, I bought this at an NGO called Utsav in one of the villages right there in near the Rann of Kutch. And so this NGO basically works with a lot of villages, like about 28 villages in the Kutch area. So this again is handmade. It's called Rann. This style of embroidery is called Rann because Rann apparently means eyebrows, and this style of embroidery has everything shaped like eyebrows, you know, like little triangles. So that's how the name Rann. And I thought it was a beautiful story, and the work is so fine. So the next and the most gorgeous thing that we got is this. It's a piece of ROGAN art. Okay, so this is actually a wall hanging. Like I can frame it and put it up. It's a painting. It's made by Gafurbai. So the Gafurbai family, who lives in this village called Nirona in the Kutch district, is actually the only family possibly in the whole world which does this art. So it's one of those, you know, really rare arts which people don't really know about, and a much larger version of this made by the same man was actually gifted to Obama by Mr. Modi. So it's pretty cool, you know, that this is something which is so rare and so precious that our Prime Minister would actually gift it to the President of the United States of America. So yeah, this is that ROGAN art. It is actually, so ROGAN basically means gum. So it's actually made of glue and organic colors which they find through pigments of plants and earth and other things. They actually just use the glue and a needle to create this, and it's very difficult. So apparently the family has been trying to train people from other communities as well, but people don't have the skills. So they've trained some 300 people, of which only 20 have been able to do the basic dotted work. Nobody else is able to do it. So this entire thing is done by the 7 generations in that family itself. How cool is that? So this is another cute piece of accessory. It's actually supposed to be a necklace, but I've been using it as a, like, just a dangler on the side of my jeans, and it looks damn cool. This also I bought from the NGO called Utsav. I don't know why the name, it's a horrible name. Like, you see Utsav and you're like, I don't want to go to that place, but it's an NGO and it has some amazing stuff. So yeah. And then this necklace, this is a RABARI necklace. It's so these are all glass beads in different shapes, and this I bought at the Rann Utsav from this really old man who had a stall, and his wife, who's a really old beautiful woman, was actually sitting there and making stuff right there. So it was a pretty cool thing, and yeah, this was one of the most elaborate pieces that they had, and I loved it. I don't know how I'd wear it, but And from these same guys, I bought these bangles, this entire set of bangles, which again is worn by the Rabari nomadic women. There's one more. Okay, there are two bangles like this, so they come on both the sides and it makes one set. So, you know, it almost looks like the chuda which is worn by the newly married Punjabi women, but it is way more ornate and it's something that they wear all throughout their life. And they wear it here, like on the wrist, not here. So, yeah, this is beautiful. The next couple of things which I bought in Hodko, again in the village where I was staying, is this. This is actually like a hair accessory. I thought I could wear it here like this because they've actually innovated and attached it to like a little clip, so it becomes easy to wear. So yeah, this is something that is pretty cool. And this one I actually bought from those same women in the village where we just ended up in their place. This is like a hand harness, you know, so just put it in my finger and tie it here, so it's like a hand harness, like palm accessory, back of the palm accessory. And it's beautiful. Yeah, there are a couple of more things, you know, which I think I haven't been able to get. Okay, there is this one. This I bought at the Rann Utsav again. You know, this little thing is, it's a surma dani. So, naturally apply surma with this. And there's a mirror here, so you can actually, you know, like see and apply, and it is so romantic and so cute. And it's only for 30 bucks. Like, can you imagine? It's real brass and it's so pretty and it's only for 30 bucks. So, actually everything was so well priced that, you know, you actually feel bad somewhere for the artisan for selling these amazing things at such low prices. Like, for example, this entire bangle set was for 150 bucks. This beautiful piece was for 300 bucks. Like, just imagine the amount of time, effort, energy that people spend on this, and it's only for 300 bucks. It's crazy. So last but not the least, this is this beautiful Bandhni dupatta. So Bandhni is actually something that is done only by the Khatri community in Kutch area, and I bought this in Kutch. It is really fine Bandhni, you know. So Bandhni is of different types. So the finer and the smaller the dots get, the more expensive and the more effort it takes to make it. The other speciality about this is that if you see, it is red dots on white fabric. How is that possible? Because Bandhni is basically you tie the cloth and then you dye it. So how did they get red dots onto it? It's because they first tied it, dyed it red, reopened it, tied it again, and then, you know, removed the entire color. So that's how you get all these beautiful textures. And imagine the kind of time and effort and energy it takes to make things like these. It's just so beautiful. So apart from this, I got this one beautiful stole which is Ajrak block printed from Ajrakpur, where most of the Ajrak work is done. That I got from my mom. I've given it to her, so I can't show it to you. And I got one stole, a beautiful one, which is of Rogan art, the same Rogan art that I told you about, where I got the wall painting for my sister. That also I have sent her to the US, so that's gone. I can't show it to you either. But yeah, those were two really beautiful pieces as well. So imagine I got all of this on the bike along with woolens and other things that we'd already carried. If you want to know how I managed that, I can do a bike packing video for you guys. So if you want to watch that, do let me know in the comment section and I'll do it. Thank you so for watching this video, and if you like it, do give me a thumbs up and share and subscribe to my channel and keep coming back. Thank you.